So, for starters, I'm going to give myself an extra few minutes because I usually ramble on. But I just wanted to share a personal story before the first video about how this program and Christians in Commerce in general and brothers like Perry have helped me to come and understand my work life in a new way. What it means to be a disciple in life, not just at church. And this happened a few months ago at work. I'm in IT. I can work some crazy hours, and I do technical support for large data centers. And a few months ago, I got a call in the morning, and it turned into one of those days, where you're working for 15 hours and you get no lunch and things of that nature, and everything's blowing up at once. And those are usually not good days for me. They have the tendency to bring out the worst. You can be frustrated, I can get angry, disdain my work, blame it on other people, things of that nature. Someone called me and they had a technical issue that was extremely detailed, and it was going to be difficult to diagnose in a massive system. And it was extremely critical. Large companies' systems were down. There were people screaming, and little did I know it, but my peer on the other end of the phone had been going at it for 48 hours straight without stopping. No sleep, nothing. And he was at the point where he was being told, get this fixed within 2 hours or you're fired. And so I didn't have this backstory, but this is the state of mind that this person's in when they reach out to me. And so, of course, he's pretty combative and defensive, and I can understand why. It turned out, after some initial diagnosis, that the problem was definitely out of scope for what our company provides support for. It was part of the environment that we did not have responsibility, the customer had responsibility for. But because of the urgent nature of the situation, there was some demand being put forward that we helped them figure this out. It was a pressure cooker situation, and I didn't have a lot of tools at my disposal. I had all my peers unavailable, and I had just lost my PC the day before with a great tragic spill at Caribou Coffee. It's the great spill of 18. And so it was not a good day. But the first thing I did, which is not what I always do, but what I always would like to do, is I turned to the Lord in prayer. And I said, Lord, please help me. My initial reaction is to be defensive, or to stand my ground, stake my claim. Help me see this person on the other end of the phone as a brother and not an enemy, or just someone that I'm in disagreement with. Help me go above and beyond my call in my position in order to do what you're putting in front of me. And I said, you give tools, you give talents, you give purpose. I said, we really need some help. I don't know how to handle this. And above all, give me your peace, because I want to act the way you want me to act. And I don't do so well in pressure situations sometimes. And I can say that as the day went on for 15 hours, things slowly got better. They were difficult. And I noticed towards the end of the day, we finally zeroed in on something, and all along the way, God was with me. I kept turning to Him again and again, Jesus, a little help. Pretty soon people started becoming available to take other things off my plate. I ended up finding an old backup drive on our company's network that I don't think anyone knew existed. And it had a bunch of the things I needed that I lost on my laptop the day before. And the problem was found. It was resolved. The guy got to keep his job. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed because it wasn't his fault. And there was a transformation that took place throughout the day. He and I started off strangers. Pretty soon we started working together. And by the end of the day, he and I were laughing and actually joking on a personal level. And to this day, several months later, he and I still trade messages at times, even when it's not work-related. And so someone who was my brother to begin with, and I didn't realize it, became a brother intentionally by the end. And I saw God put to use the talents and the experience He's given me at work over the years for His purposes. And there was great satisfaction in knowing I cooperated in something bigger than just working for a paycheck that day. And honestly, knowing that you're working for your Heavenly Father and that everything you do is sacred to Him, that makes all the difference. I enjoyed peace that I normally wouldn't have enjoyed, and it was because I clung to Jesus that day. And so days like that would have normally been a black mark on the calendar moving forward that I tried to forget, but now it's actually one of my fonder memories of work in recent times. And everything changed because I saw it in the overall context of my faith. And I'm thankful for that day, for that experience, and all the fruit of that day.